Today, Ford leadership shakeup, tariff refunds, BMW EV sales, Volvo's extended range truck, and a Honda Odyssey recall. Welcome back to Auto News Daily. I'm Leah Morgan. Let's dive into today's headlines. Ford's EV organization is seeing a major leadership change, with Doug Field departing from his role as the company's EV chief. InsideEVs reports that the move marks another significant shift inside Ford's electric vehicle strategy, where leadership and product direction have already been under close watch. Field had been one of the high-profile names tied to Ford's push in electrification, and his departure adds a new layer to the company's ongoing EV restructuring. Ford has been working through multiple phases of its electric vehicle rollout, balancing investment, production planning, and technology priorities across its global portfolio. A leadership exit at this level often means the responsibilities inside the EV division will be redistributed, while the company continues to move ahead with its battery electric plans and related programs. The update comes at a time when legacy automakers are still adjusting their EV organizations to match demand, costs, and long-term product schedules. Next, a new explanation is emerging around Trump-era tariff refunds, with details focused on how the refunds would work and who could qualify. According to Automotive News, the discussion centers on trade policy, manufacturing, and the mechanics of recovering some tariff-related costs under the latest guidance. The topic has drawn attention because the rules touch a wide range of companies that imported goods subject to tariffs during the policy period. The article lays out that the refund process is not a simple across-the-board return of money, but instead depends on the specific tariff category, import timing, and the documentation tied to those shipments. For manufacturers and suppliers, that means the refund question is tied to detailed records, compliance steps, and the exact structure of the duties paid. The piece also notes the wider trade policy backdrop, where tariff decisions continue to affect sourcing, imports, and cost accounting for automotive businesses operating in North America. After that, BMW Group's electric vehicle sales have fallen in the first quarter of 2026, according to InsideEVs. The report points to a drop in EV sales across the group, reflecting a slower start to the year for the company's electric lineup. The figures add another data point to the broader market picture for premium automakers trying to keep EV volume moving in different regional conditions. The story focuses on the Q1 2026 numbers and the way BMW's EV performance varied across markets, including Europe. While the company continues to sell electrified models across its brands, the first quarter result shows a softer demand pattern than in prior periods. InsideEVs notes that the sales trend is part of the ongoing tracking of how major OEMs are navigating the shift in customer preferences, model availability, and regional EV demand. The data gives a snapshot of BMW Group's electric business early in the year, without changing the company's broader product mix or lineup plans already underway. Meanwhile, Volvo Trucks is expanding its electric commercial vehicle offering with the Aero electric extended range version. InsideEVs reports that the new variant is aimed at long-haul and heavy-duty use, and it builds on the Aero platform with added range capability. The update adds another option to Volvo Trucks' growing electric portfolio as the company continues to develop battery electric models for freight and logistics applications. The extended range version is intended to support longer operating cycles, and the report places it within Volvo's broader commercial EV strategy in Europe. The Aero electric name signals a focus on aerodynamics and electric drivetrain development, while the extended range setup points to higher flexibility for transport operators. InsideEVs says the truck is part of the next stage of Volvo's electric truck development, where range, efficiency, and heavy-duty practicality remain central to the product offer. In other news, Honda is recalling certain Odyssey minivans after reports connected a side airbag issue to injuries. Motor One reports that the recall involves faulty airbags and safety concerns tied to the model's side airbag system. The action adds another recall to the ongoing stream of safety-related fixes across the industry, with Honda addressing the problem through the formal recall process. The report says the issue is linked to the side airbag setup in the Odyssey, and that the recall was issued after injuries were associated with the fault. Honda's remedy will follow the standard recall procedure, with affected vehicles needing inspection and repair as required. The recall notice focuses on correcting the problem in the impacted vehicles and making sure owners receive the necessary service direction from the company. If you're enjoying Auto News Daily, please like and subscribe so we can keep bringing the news to the listener. And finally, Ford is also in the spotlight because of Doug Field's exit from its EV leadership team. InsideEVs says the departure comes at a time when Ford continues to refine its electric vehicle strategy and manage the leadership structure around that business. The move leaves another notable change inside the company's EV organization as Ford keeps moving through its electrification plans. Field's departure stands out because of his role in shaping the EV effort and the attention that Ford's electric programs have drawn across the industry. The company has been under pressure to align product development, technology, and execution across its EV lineup, and this leadership change adds to that ongoing process. The report places the update in the context of Ford's broader efforts to organize its EV operations as the company works through the next phase of its electric vehicle rollout. Thank you for listening, and see you tomorrow.